Morning, top of the morning, back at it again with another one, and we on Twitter. If you don't know, now you know. Be sure to give us a follow and check us out. We're dropping a lot of alpha, a lot of gems, a lot of info, and yeah, man, it's a bull market. It's that time. It's that time. The handle to follow is SCHMDII. I repeat, SCHMDII, and that's where you can find me. That's where you can find me. So we're gonna be looking at the S&P 500 today. It's essentially a continuation from the previous video. If you were watching, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And yeah, man, we back at it again with pardon me. We back at it again with the quarterly theory applied onto our charts, right? Quarterly theory applied to our charts. We were looking through Thursday. That's today, Thursday. Let's just go to the 5 minute before. Yeah, 5 minute. Like as you know, from the previous S&P trade. This is Thursday. We spoke on. It's midnight there. Okay, Thursday. Sweet. Yeah. Spoke on. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. Prior video, sell off, order block after purging liquidity above daily open, attack liquidity there, attack the liquidity there, and then I was anticipating price trading back into that fair value gap over there, and that is indeed what we saw. So y'all are probably wondering what this is. It's a cool indicator that I found to help delineate the quarters just in a neater, cleaner way, as opposed to having all of those lines on my chart. So it's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet. I'm gonna share the indicator for those of you who wanna know. It's this. If you can just search day quarterly theory, you'll find it. Shout out to 2 degrees. I don't use indicators, but when I do though, they're from 2 degrees. Same thing with my power of 3 one, but more on that later. So these are the various quarters. Yeah, it's Thursday. So looking at this one here, that block is the accumulation of the first quarter. So the previous days, like Asian session, this was the London session today, New York session today, and then this blue one is the PM session. And then within the PM session, that gets subdivided into quarters as well. And as you can see, that quarter 3 again delivered something to us, because that's when price traded down into that fair value gap on the 5 minute chart, and then look at this reaction. We just started pushing up and now attack that liquidity up top over there. We had a movement of about 30 points. Pardon me. It's like almost midnight, and yeah, I'm on low sleep. But it's quite interesting. It's pretty quite interesting. Let's just see Nasdaq, just out of curiosity's sake. Like, how did it behave during this time as well? So we had sell side liquidity. We purged that. Looks like for the turtle soup. And would you look at that? Also, during that quarter 3 of the PM session, we had that nice reaction there. On the 5 minute, we went up and traded into that fair value gap with the order block. So I'm just going to delineate it for you to see. Put that there. Put this here. Then I'll make this, just make it a solid line so you can just have a visual of it. Okay, assuming you got it the very extreme, just gonna measure up. Not bad, 129 point move. You know, very not bad. Went down, purged that. Let me just go to the 1 minute. Hit the turtle soup, you know. Hit the turtle soup for real, for real. This the, you know, indicator we're using. Shout out to 2 degrees. And it gives a nice explanation on like what's going on with the quarterly theory and everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna give it a quick read through. The day quarterly theory tool encompasses the cyclical time aspect of the markets as studied and developed by day, Trader Day on Twitter. I am not the creator of this theory, and I do not hold the answers to all the questions you may have. I suggest you study it from Day's tweets and material. I collaborated directly with Day to bring a comprehensive time tool to TradingView. Shout out to One Maniac and Joshua for their previous works on this theory. And now for the tool description. This is purely a graphical aid for traders to be able to quickly determine days, quarterly cycles, and save time while on the charts. The disruptive value of this tool is that it reliably plots forwards in time, allowing you to strategize and tape read efficiently, as well as calculating all the cycles from micro sessions to the year. Quarterly theory by day. The underlying idea is that time is to be divided into quarters for correct interpretations of market cycles. The specific starting point of a cycle will depend on the time frame at hand. Trader Day being one of the most prominent inner circle trader students, these ideas stem from ICT's concepts themselves and are used hand in hand. PDRA, matrix, power of 3, institutional price levels, etc., right? So just like I was speaking on in the prior videos, it's like using ICT's concepts and then layering on, or using quarterly theory as an overlay to give you a stronger sense of your bearings, you know, or another confirmation signal, if I can give it like that, you know, which I feel is a very powerful combination. This is like, I'd like to say my second year, but I found ICT quite late. I found them in 2022, towards the tail end of that year. So like around November-ish, I believe. November, December-ish, around about there. I'll just double check. But November till end of 2022, I spent the whole of 2023 picking up concepts, learning, and now here we are, just further on refining what we know. So it's going to be a good journey. I'm excited to go on it with all of you. But enough of that. Let's get back to just reading this. So, these quarters represent AMDX, right? A, which is accumulation, required for a cycle to occur, manipulation, distribution, reversal, or continuation. The latter are going to always be in this specific sequence. However, the cycle can be transposed to having its beginning in X, trivially followed by accumulation, manipulation, and finally distribution. This feature is not automatic and at the subjective discretion of the analyst. Note, this theory has been developed on futures, hence its validity and reliability may change depending on the market time. This tool does provide a dynamic and auto-adapting aspect to different market types and times. However, they must be seen as experimental. Shout out to 2 degrees, man. Shout out to 2 degrees and Trader Day and Inner Circle Trader. Now, quarterly cycles. The quarterly cycles current supported are yearly, monthly, weekly, daily, 90-minute, and micro sessions. Year cycle, analogously to financial quarters, the year is divided into 4. What did I say that right? Yo, man, I just wanna. How do I say that? My bad. I'm not English. I'm from South Africa. I'm ke Mopedi. Ke bolela Sepedi. Seo ke polelo sa gešo. E seng Sekgowa. What I just said is that I'm a Pedi person. That's my language, not English. But anyway, I just want to hear the pronunciation of this.
Analogously.
Analogously to financial quarters, the year is divided in four sections of 3 months each, right? The year is divided into four sections of 3 months each. Q1, January to March. Q2, April to June. That's the true open, or rather, April's open is the true open. Now, according to quarterly theory, the opening price at the beginning of the second quarter, that is your true open. So if you're looking for shorts, you'll be looking to sell above that price level. If you're looking for longs or to buy, you'll be looking to buy below that price level. And then Q3, July, August, September, distribution or kill zones. Quarter 3, that's where the real sauce happens. And then you also get Q4, distribution 2 or X, whatever. That's October to December. Note, this cycle is the most difficult to optimize as timeframes become more granular due to the sheer length of its duration. With time and advancements, it will become more accurate. This is the only cycle for which accuracy is not 100%. All right, so it's good. Like we're not even gonna be using the yearly like cycles for this particular tool. We'll really just be using it per session. That's where I feel, or for me personally, I'd like to focus on per session and perhaps the weekly one, depending on which asset I'm looking at, or if I'm looking to swing trade or intraday trade. Let me just take a quick swig of water. Refreshing. Just give me a sec. As I was saying, so monthly cycle, considering that we have 4 weeks in a month, we start the cycle in the first month's Monday, regardless of the calendar day, right? Considering that we have 4 weeks in a month, we start the cycle on the first month's Wednesday, right? On the first month's Monday, regardless of the calendar day. So Q1, that's week one. And it starts at the first Monday of the month. Q2 is week 2, the second Monday of the month. True open, daily candle open price. So the true open for the month is the second Monday of the month. The daily candles open price. Q3 is week 3, the third Monday of the month. Q3 is where the fireworks happen. And then Q4 is the fourth month, right? And you can see there by the diagram here. And then you get the weekly cycle, right? They determined that although the trading week is comprised of 5 trading days, we should ignore Friday and the small portion of Sunday's price action, right? So Q1 is Monday, Q2 is Tuesday, the opening daily candle price on Tuesday. That's our true open. So if we're looking for longs, we'd look to buy below that price level. If you're looking for shorts, we'd look to sell above that price level. Q3 Wednesday and Q4 Thursday, right? Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I really love like how 2 Degrees really put this together. Again, shout out to 2 Degrees, man. I don't use indicators, but when I do, they from 2 Degrees. Let's look at the daily cycle. The daily cycle can be broken down into 6-hour quarters. These times roughly define the sessions of the trading day, reinforcing the theory's validity. Q1, or the Asian session, that's from 6 to midnight. Q2, London session, that's from midnight to 6. The true open is the midnight daily candle, like midnight, you know what I'm saying, at that time. That's the true open, etc. If you're looking for longs, we look to buy below that. If you're looking for shorts, we're looking to sell above that level. Q3, which is 6 to 12, that's when the magic happens. My favorite session of the day. My main session, actually, that's the New York AM session. And then you have the New York PM session from 12 or midday up until 6. And then we repeat again. Sounds familiar. If you've been following, I'm sure you would have heard like me speaking on this. Shout out. And then, okay, and I note these times are based on futures trading in New York time. These will vary depending on the market type. Experimental. I really think this tool is really amazing on futures or indices. So US 500, Nasdaq, so far what I've seen, crisp, crazy, amazing. I haven't really like checked it out on Forex, even though I'm not really a Forex guy. I'm mostly an indices person, personally. I will look into it for you and I'll get you the feedback and just share and let y'all know what I've discovered. But what I can say is for the futures, look into it, man. Don't take my word for it. Like plot it on for yourself. Plot it on yourself and check like is this real or like is this guy just talking nonsense? Now let's look at the 90-minute cycles. Merely dividing one of the daily cycles quarters, we obtain 90-minute quarters. The first one is what? The first one in the trading day, 90-minute cycles of the Asian session follows as example. So we're just gonna break down the Asian session right now into quarters just so that you have an idea, right? Q1 is it's 6 to half 7, then half 7 to 9, true open, 9 to half 10, and then 10:30 to midnight. If you were trading Asian session, you would break it up into such quarters between 9 and half past 10 Eastern Standard Time. That's when you would get your nice expansion move, after the manipulation of Q2. If you having a textbook AMDX profile. Then you have the microcycles. Lastly, dividing a 90-minute cycle yields 22.5-minute quarters known as microsessions. An example of us breaking down the 90-minute cycle from 6 to half past 7. If we're breaking down that individual quarter in a quarter of a quarter, right? So you take your week, divide it into quarters, or let me just simplify it. You have a day. Yeah, let's take a week. You take the week, you divide it into quarters, right? That gives you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You take an individual day, let's say Monday. You can divide it into another 4 quarters. That individual Monday, the 4 quarters is the Asian session, London session, the AM and the PM New York sessions, right? Then you take a quarter inside that session and then that's where you get the microcycles, right? So let's just look at the one from this is Q1 of Asian session from 6 to half past 7 Eastern Standard Time. We break that further down into 4. I'm not gonna read the times, y'all can see it. And yeah, man, it's the vibes. I personally haven't really looked at microcycles. I don't use microcycles. I guess if you're on, say, like a 15-second chart, that's probably where that would be useful for you. But I'm personally, I don't, I don't go lower than a 1 minute chart, to be honest. I'm more comfortable on a 5 and 15 minute, personally. Now note, trivially, these may not be exact unless the time frame is in seconds to correctly account for the half minute in each quarter. This said, the tool is able to plot these anyway, although slight inaccuracy needs to be taken account depending on the time frame. It is important to remember and be aware that the current chart's time frame will heavily impact the plotted time cycles. This tool is in its initial form, and it will be improved and adapted as traders start using it on a daily basis. Then we get the tool settings. I'm not gonna read into that and all of that other stuff. But it's quite old. Not really that old, but it's been a while. 6th September. And then the last thing he put up, whoopsie. Huh. Anyway. Yeah. You know? Yeah, these are the indicators I use, by the way. This is just some of my favorites. I'll break down each one soon in an episode, just to let y'all know. 2 degrees, you know, 2 degrees. And then this one, 2 degrees, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't use indicators, but when I do, they are from 2 degrees. So like I said, it was updated 7th of September, the last time really. And yeah, that's the last update the tool got. But trust me, man, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's like it's crazy. It's crazy. You can see now with this turtle soup, right? Turtle soup began to push down, traded into the order block, continue to sky up. Whereas I could have taken, say, like a proxy. The entry could have been informed by where's S&P. The Nasdaq trade could have been informed by this one here as well. This once you hit that order block, let's check this out. You see, you can see on this one. I don't know why that. Let me just do this quickly. Indicators, day, okay. Man, indicator's so fucking cool, bro. So fucking cool. Maybe this is like a day. That's definitely the PM session today. And then that's the PM session subdivided. But yeah, you can see here, both in that Q3 where the magic happens, in this instance of the S&P, we traded down into a fair value gap, started pushing up. In the case of Nasdaq, we just took out the sell side liquidity. But I could have entered here based off of the movement in this other chart as well. Since they closely correlated assets and they tend to move in the same manner, which is quite neat, you know. I'm just gonna throw on the Dow. I wanna just see how the Dow reacted. Same thing with the Dow, as you can see there, that quarter. That's where it picked up. I want just the Dow, this chart here. I'm gonna go to the 15 on the Dow, just to see what we have going on, really. Looks like the Dow, it's not also a turtle soup situation where we took out sell side liquidity. Plot that there, go to the 5 minute. Let's just take a look to the left side of the left hand side of the chart. Okay. Yeah, pretty much you just just took out that sell side liquidity, and then price began to shoot up by about 212 points in that third quarter. Coincidence? I think not. I genuinely think not. So yeah, man, that's kind of cool. That's that on that. That I could share the quarterly theory tool. It's definitely going to make my charting life way easier, make my charts neater, you know. But yeah, I'll be posting more videos of me using that tool. Hopefully some of you find it useful and such, you know. Thursday. Yeah, this is the weekly cycle. This is the daily one. Each individual session for the day. That's Asian session, London session, New York session, and then New York AM session, then New York PM. And then each session is subdivided into four individual, cycles. Very cool, very neat. Um, yeah, yeah. Glad I could share. Hope you all had a good one. And I will be looking to drop more sauce soon. Thank you for the time. Thank you for everyone rocking with us. And thank God for the skill.